Okay, this is just going to be hopefully a quick video on the disassembly of a Remington Nylon 66, the bolt. So I'll go ahead and take the bolt out off camera from the rifle. If you need help getting the bolt out, I'll leave a link in the description below on the disassembly of this rifle. You can just follow it step by step until you get to that part where the bolt comes out. So let me get this bolt out and then we'll get started. Okay, so I did this video earlier this morning and I noticed some of the shots were out of frame and I didn't explain things, some of the things that I wanted to. So instead of doing a lot of editing, which I suck at, I figured I'd just redo the video. Bolt is pretty easy to do. You've only got the main components are your extractor, your firing pin stop pin, and your firing pin. That's pretty much it. So we'll get started with the disassembly of it. You don't have to do it. There's no particular order. You don't have to take out your firing pin stop pin if you just want to take out your firing pin. So you just got to replace this. You don't have to take anything else off. So no particular order you have to do it in. Okay, first thing we're going to do is take out the firing pin. So it's held by the firing pin, retaining pin. This is the original one. You can see it was, right now I've got a finishing nail in there because this one broke when I tried to bend it. So just keep in mind it's brittle. So I'm going to replace that, but for now I'm just using a finishing nail, which I guarantee you will 100% work for whatever you need it for. It's just me. I'd rather have, I don't know, it's just me. So, but it'll work just fine. I just got it in here until I get a firing pin in. So this isn't under spring tension or anything, but there is a spring within the firing pin. It's under spring tension, but just keep in mind of that. So if you got the original in there, it's bent on both sides. You're going to have to unbend one end, and then we can pull it out. This is already unbent, so I should just be able to drop this out. And we're just going to slide it because our firing pin stop pin's up here. We're just going to slide it back. And hopefully we're going to retain that spring there so you see where it is. You can see the spring coming out. It's in that slot right there. And there, just dropped out. So just don't lose that. And that is it for that part. Next we will take out the firing pin stop pin right here, which you'll want a roll pin punch for, which will also release the cartridge feed guide. So let me get my block and everything set up for that. Okay, so we're just going to punch out that roll pin. It's probably going to shake a little bit because my tripod is on the actual bench, so just bear with me. So we're just going to hammer that pin out of there, that roll pin out of there. Pass there. And there it goes. And our cartridge feed guide should slide out. And here is our firing pin stop pin, which you can see is a roll pin. And the last thing we have is the extractor. So let me explain it. It might be a little bit difficult to get on camera, so let me explain a little bit what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a small screwdriver and put it between the back of the extractor and the front of the plunger. And I'm going to move that plunger back so I can get the extractor out. So the way this works is you have your extractor right here. Obviously you can see right here. Let me move it up so you can see it kind of goes straight back. So it's going straight back, then it goes down, and then it goes back some more, and where it goes back right here from it going across, down, and then right here, that is what your plunger is focus. That's what your plunger back here is sitting on. So we need to move that plunger back far enough to where it'll clear that shelf that's coming back off the extractor. So what I'm going to do is let me zoom in on this so we can get a good angle on it. So I'll put this screwdriver in between the plunger and the extractor, and then I'm going to pry up and try to get that plunger to go on to the back of that shelf. So there it's in between. So I'm just going to pry that extractor up and kind of push down the front of it and try to get that ejector, that plunger to go on the back of it. And it's got quite a bit of tension on there. So also be careful there. You can hopefully see. So I'm just going to try to walk it out. Now be careful here. It is under spring pressure. So I'm just going to walk up that front. Let me get it back to how I had it. I'm just going to walk up the front and kind of walk up the back until it clears that. There, it's coming close. If I can get the thing in there right. Oh, my screwdriver keeps twisting on me. So we're just going to pry that up and then walk it out. Maybe. Okay, there you can see it's on the back of it, so I'm just going to try to pry it. Well, I keep losing it. Anyway, you get the gist of it. There, it's starting to come. There, it's almost out. There. And there's our extractor. You see our plunger in there. So, just, there that goes. And we should have a spring in there. There goes the spring. It might be, if it's all cruddy in there, it might be hard to get out. So here's what I was talking about. Here's your extractor. Here's our extractor. And the plunger. So you see which way the extractor is going. Here's your bolt, say right here. So it's facing in toward the bolt, the hook is. And then this plunger is going to sit on this shelf like that. Like this. So you're trying to move that plunger back, and then that's why I'm pushing on the front of it so it wedges right here, and then I can just kind of walk it out of there. And that is completely it for the disassembly. Like I said, no particular order or anything. Only two things to watch out for is when you take your extractor out, it is under spring pressure, and be careful with your firing pin, retaining pin, because it is brittle. So it might break. But like I said, it's no big deal. You can use a finishing nail and it's not going to affect anything whatsoever. It's probably stronger than the original pin was. But alright, on to the reassembly of it now. Okay, on to the reassembly of it. So first we'll go ahead, I got this block of wood here just so I can hold this against something. We'll go ahead and put our spring in. Doesn't matter which way it goes in. And then our plunger is going to go in to taper it in towards this, taper in right here into the spring. So that's going to go in like this. We'll just push it back. Okay, and just explain to you what I'm going to do. The ejector, the extractor goes in, obviously a hook facing inside the bolt. Well, it's going to be sideways, so this is going to go in there, hook facing in towards the bolt, obviously. So I'm going to use a quarter I used to get my barrel retaining screw out, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pushing back. I'm going to have this down a little, the extractor down a little bit of an angle here, as you can see. I'm going to be pushing this back with the quarter and then pushing down on the back at the same time. So as soon as that plunger gets back there far enough away, by putting that downward pressure on, that shelf should snap underneath that that plunger. So if I'm not getting it on camera very good, that's what I'm doing. So I'll push it back somewhat. The reason I use a quarter is that spring is pretty strong. That's where you kind of like need 3 hands, like you do in a lot of stuff. And then I just pushed it back and it snapped down. And that is it for your extractor. Okay, next we'll go ahead and put our firing pin stop pin in and our cartridge feed guide. You can put your firing pin in first, it doesn't matter. Like I said, there's no order you have to go through on this. The only thing with putting this pin in, per the Remington manual, the service manual, is it's like a self-tightening roll pin. So this slot right here per the manual should be facing upwards. So that's all you got to really watch there. So we'll go ahead and get this started in here. And that facing up. Put our shell guide in here. Goes in there like this. Like that. And I'll go ahead and just hammer that a little bit to get it past the shell guide. And we'll just hammer it the rest of the way in. Hope I can keep this thing steady on here. Move his camera over. Maybe you can get a better view of it. You have to forgive the camera shake because the tripod is on the bench. I might have to kind of hold this. So all I'm doing is hammering it in there. I just got to hold the bolt on there to keep it from wiggling around. That's why I got my hand blocking it. See if I can get a better angle on this. Not really. So we're just going to get it down there just below flush. And I went way below flush. See the other side. Yeah, we'll take it back a notch. You just want it just below flush on either side. And there you can see. In there. Okay, next we will firing pin, and that's it. Okay, so your firing pin, this lip right here is going to go underneath the firing pin stop, and your spring, let me tilt this up a little bit. Your spring is going to go into the rear of this slot. I probably won't be able to show you on camera and keep it in there. So it's going to go towards the rear. So we have that little opening in the front like that. So actually, I'll go ahead and put it in there. Is this on camera? There it is. Well, it's way out there. Let's tilt this. Don't need a quarter anymore. So we'll put that underneath the firing pin stop. And just slide, keeping that spring in there in the rear. There, and we should see, you can see in your hole lined up. There you can see the spring, so we're just going to back it out to where it's clear. And then that's when you're going to put your pin back in. I'll be using a finishing nail, so just put that in there. And it should be, so your firing pin should be protruding a little bit out the back. You can see it's got spring tension. And then we'll just go ahead and bend this nail up so it doesn't come out, and I can just unbend it when I get my other one in. So it's nice because the finish nail has that flared head on the one side, so that'll keep it from going out that way. And I'm just going to flare that out and then cut it so it's not protruding out of there. I can get it back in my bolt. Bend out a little bit more. And that did it. So that's not going out, coming out. And that's it. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description for the disassembly of it. So you can follow that video if you need to, step by step, on how to get the bolt out of the rifle. And then from that video you can go to the reassembly of the rifle and it'll show you how to put everything back in. Again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. That's all I have.